Today we're going to look at shoulder rotation in the downswing at that all-important spot when the hips level out. Let's go take a look. We had a great question come in from Casey B on our YouTube channel, and Casey is wondering, as the hips level out in the downswing, how much shoulder rotation do high-level golfers retain at that point? And it's a great question, and I have a Gears image here on the screen of a PGA Tour player, and it's not representative of everybody, but it's a pretty plain vanilla stock swing, so I think it is a good Gears avatar to use for this. And Mike's going to help me out here. He's running the Gears software from the computer. And what we see here from the top of the swing, take it up to the top, Mike, the rib cage rotation. And just a quick side note, we're going to talk about rib cage rotation. You know, Gears uses that data point to look at how much the trunk turns in the swing, and we're going to use that reference point for this video because if we talk about the shoulders in the swing, there's going to be a lot of variability between players, just how they move their shoulders independently in the socket. So just for ease of discussion in this video, we're going to use rib cage rotation. So from the top of the swing, he has about 90 degrees, and you know that just kind of makes sense from 90-degree upper body, 45 hips. Over the years, probably a lot of you have heard that. Now, as he comes down, he's going to start unwinding the upper and lower body, and by the time the hips level out, and a lot of these good players level out here when the hands get about hip height. So they level out when the hands reach about this line here that represents kind of the center of their hips. And when they do that, this particular player still has 27 degrees of rib cage rotation. So I think the issue a lot of players have is from the top of the swing, they tend to unwind that too early. So you get a lot of benefits from retaining some of that shoulder rotation until that point in the downswing. And one of the huge benefits is that when you're able to retain some of that, it allows you to keep this lead shoulder longer, down longer, which is going to benefit you because at the bottom of the swing, you want to take that shoulder back and around. The other benefit of that is when you can keep a little more trunk rotation up until that point, you're able to pressure the front or the lead foot correctly, as opposed to, I see a lot of players start unwinding early. When they do that, it kicks the upper body back and keeps the pressure back on the back foot for too long. So a way to feel that or to help that with your own swing is from the top of the swing, you have to make sure that you don't keep your arms pinned up. Because you could see what would happen if I keep my left arm pressed to my chest and I just started trying to get the club to the ball, I would have to unwind my turn really early just to get the club to start moving down to the ball. So instead of doing that, if you have that problem, you need to feel like this left arm starts working kind of down and away from the right shoulder in this manner. And when you do that, you can get the hands down here to hip height without completely unwinding your upper body. So I think that's a good key, and I've used it in another video, in a lead arm abduction video that you can watch. But for all intents and purposes, for this video, to get that shoulder down, if you're guilty of unwinding early, feel like your left arm moves away from your right shoulder. That'll get you into this waist high point here, right here that you see. His shoulders still have an angle. Now he can take that shoulder up and around. Go ahead and run that through. It's going to help him shallow out the club, release the club, and it's going to help you compress the ball, and those are all things that we want. So again, great question. When the hips level out, you're still going to have about a third of your shoulder rotation, or trunk rotation, basically. So if you have any more questions, let us know, but hope that helps you, and we'll see you in the next video.